Hey y'all, it's your girl Michaela Janae here, back with another video. And in today's video, as you can see, you're just looking at my eyes because I will be doing a makeup tutorial. I asked my girls on Instagram if they wanted me to do a tutorial on how I do like the soft natural beat glam. I don't know what the makeup artists are calling it, but I love the look and I wanted to recreate it. And I'm like, how do they do that? How do they make it look so blurry and all that? I'm going to be showing you guys how I do it and get it done. So I'm going to be kind of talking through it a little bit, but I'm going to try to go as fast as possible. So right now I'm just going to do my eyebrows and I'm just going to speed through that and then come back for the eyeshadow portion. As you can see, I did my brows. They're not how I do them every day, but they're good enough for right now. So we're going to get started on the eyes. Today I will be using one palette and one palette only. It's been used so much I don't even think you could tell what it is, but this is the Morphe 3502 palette. So basically any palette of nudes or browns, that's what you can use to create this look. But I just want to show you that you don't need multiple palettes to create this look. You can use anything that has a lot of nudes in it. This palette is actually really warm, but I'm going to be working in the browns. So this eye look is actually really easy. I didn't use many brushes to create the look. A lot of people, when they create a look, they think you have to use 5 different brushes or always grab a new brush. I think it's important to sometimes use the same brush to help with blending. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. And this brush is like really fluffy compared to a brush like this, which is a little bit more smaller and a little bit more compact. So first I'm going to be grabbing a brown that's actually a little dark. I'm going to be grabbing this brown right here, which is basically a nice warm chocolate brown. And I'm going to be putting that in my crease. First I'm going to just stamp it in like this, and then we're going to worry about blending it. I'm not doing anything winged out going this way. I'm going to leave that open. I'm just going to be creating a circle right here. So I'm just going to stamp that in. And I like to do both eyes so you don't get confused. I was never someone who did one and then came back. I like to work at the exact same time. And as you can see, I'm still stamping it because I want the color payoff to be at its deepest, at its richest before I start. Okay, so once I have it like this, it looks really unblended because it is. I just have a really thick half circle. Now I'm going to go in with this lighter brown. And like I said, you don't have to use these exact shades, but first you want to start off with something that's a medium chocolate, and then you want to go 1 to 2 shades lighter than that to blend out. Like I said, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to clean it off a little bit, not too much, and I'm going to grab a lighter brown and doing small circular motions, blend out the edge of what I just created. So I'm not sweeping back and forth, which you can, but one trick I've learned is doing the little smaller circles helps for that blurry blend out look. Just if you want to be more precise with it, because you don't want any harsh lines in this look. You want it to look really blurred out, really airbrushed, because that is how the makeup artists do it. Okay, so once it looks like you have blended enough and you don't see any harsh lines, you're going to take a small brush, flat brush, anything that's flat. It doesn't have to be small, it could be larger like this. It just has to be flat. And I'm going to be taking a light concealer, but not super light. So I'm going to be using this beige and not this white, but we're going to use this white, but not right now. We're going to use this beige first. I'm going to take a little bit of the beige and just dab it on my eye. And you guys know I like to look up. Make sure you're using enough concealer. Then I'm going to use this small fluffy brush and begin to pat that in while blending it up in a circular motion. And if you don't have enough, just add more, because this is going to be the base for your cut crease, so you need it to be enough. And you can go as high up as you're comfortable with. I like a pretty high cut crease, and the reason why you're not carving it is because you want that blend out blurry effect. This is not supposed to look like a cut crease. It's supposed to be like a really soft, natural look. So I'm not stopping halfway. I'm going all the way to my outer eyelid and doing that like that. And I'm also not trying to be too perfect with the inner corner. I actually like to just go straight out with with the brush right here and not make it a defined point. It also makes the eyelid bigger, so that's a good trick if you have hooded eyes. Just go ahead and go past your inner tear duct, go more towards your nose if you have the room. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, putting a lot of concealer, and then we're just going to blend it out to match. Keep it close to your lash line where you're applying it so you can blend up and not have too much product near the crease where you want to blend it in, because that's going to leave it too harsh. And now you want to look in your mirror to see whether or not they're looking even, if one side is higher. So now that I have a pretty good shape, I'm going to take my lighter concealer, which is basically almost white, but it's a really light beige, and I'm just going to dab that in the inner corner to brighten it up. This step really isn't mandatory, but it's something that I found that I've liked. And it's just going to set the foundation for you to do your inner corner highlight right there. So I just like to put a little bit, and then we're just going to blend that out too. And you see how that just brightened it up? And we're doing this all with concealers. We're not going to be putting any shadow. And I like to bring this all the way up into the middle of the lid. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to clean off this same brush that I was using to blend out the shadow and go back in to the first shade I used, that deep warm chocolate brown, and blend out the edges of what I just created, this cut crease. And that will make it a little bit smaller, so it's okay if you went a little bit overboard, because doing this will make it smaller. So this will further soften any hardness you had going on, because it's going to add that darker shade into the light. And since we didn't set the concealer yet, if you want to add any more lightness or any more concealer anywhere, you definitely can. If you feel like you over blended into the concealer part, just go back and add a little dab of concealer and blend that in. So now that I have that nice and blended, I'm going to go in with a super dark brown, this one right here, with this same brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that and put it on the outer eye. So just knowing your lightest color, your darkest color, and your middle color is what's going to create the eye look. That's an easy way that I teach you guys how to create a complex look really easily, is just by knowing where to place colors. So right now I'm going to place that in an outer C shape of my eye. So I'm going to place it right outside my eye and also go up a little bit into the crease, because we just want to create that depth. So right now I'm just stamping it in, going halfway into the crease. Okay, so now that I have that in, I'm going to go in with that same brush once again, and I'm going to go into the lightest shade I picked up, that light brown color, and kind of just blend out between the dark color and the light concealer right there. Once again, this is optional because it didn't look bad, but I just like to add in another color. So now I'm going to go back to this very first fluffy brush with that chocolate brown color and blend. Once again, it is all about the blending, so I'm going to blend my crease shade in with that dark color I just applied, just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. So I think this shape is actually a little different than what I did the other day, but that just goes to show that I'm doing the exact same steps, and you can control how your eye look comes out just by how you blend it out. So right now I'm going to be using my Fit Me powder in translucent right here. So it's this basically a white shade, and I'm going to be using the same brush that I've used before. I'm just going to clean it off. So I'm going to be using this brush right here, and I'm going to pick up some of the powder and place it on the white area I still have, because you do want to set it to make sure that it stays that white. So you don't have to use concealer, but I do suggest, you don't have to use a eyeshadow, because an eyeshadow, like a white eyeshadow, does crack and crease. So I'd recommend you use your translucent powder. Whatever one you like to use, you can use that, but I like to use this because it's not too dusty or anything, and it gives a nice white pop. So now we're basically done. Now I'm just going to apply some eyeliner and then my shimmer. Now if you want to be extra, I'm going to show you guys how you can blend your eyeliner into the shadow, because like I said, you could stop and make this look a no eyeliner look because that's actually what I did yesterday, but I just like a good eyeliner moment with a small brush and go over my eyeliner. It just helps it to not look as glossy and it looks like it's a part of the shadow. You could even use that same dark brown shade to do this, but I just like to go over it. And then with a small brush, you take some of that black and that dark brown and blend a little small circle. And like I said, that just adds more depth to the eye look, and it blends the shadow in if you like that look. So like I said, there's many times I like to show you guys looks that can be built up. So in the middle of this, you could have stopped at your makeup comfort level because not everyone likes to wear, you know, dramatic eyeshadow, but this wearing neutrals is a good way to ease yourself into it. So like you could have not done the eyeliner, or you could have not done, you know, a darker shade on the outer corner just to make it more comfortable for you and the day or nighttime or what type of outfit you're wearing. But you know, this is just my preference and the look I'm going for today, and I'm just going to blend that into. So now for the shimmer, if you guys did not know, it is best to wet your brush before you apply any highlights. So today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Chrome for my upper brow highlight. So I just like to spray my brush with a little bit of the Mario Badescu spray and just place that right underneath my brow, and you see how it gives the wet look. I'm still a girl who is very into highlight, so that is what I like to see right underneath my brow. And then I'm going to go right back into this palette, and once again I'm hitting pan because this is one of my first palettes. I'm going to use this color right here for my inner tear duct. I'm just going to respray the brush like that, and like I said, you can use something that's more gold or you can use something that's more white. It's up to you and the outfit you have on, and I just like to really blend that into the shadow. So I am going to put on my lashes and finish everything up, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished product. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. As you can see, your girl is feeling herself. She got the ponytail in. If you guys would like a tutorial on how I did this ponytail with my super short hair, I can definitely do that for you guys. But I am loving this eye look. It looks so good. It's so soft. Like, let me literally pull up the inspiration. Like, you guys know the people on Instagram that are always doing looks like this. Yeah, like literally this dude. You know, this dude is always doing that. The Kevin Long, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he does really like nudes. He really does not mess with color like that from what I've seen, and he just does it so airbrushed and so nice, in which you don't know how much of that is photoshopped. I want to show you guys how you can get close to that exact same look at home and still look like you went to a makeup artist. I'm going to zoom in again so you guys can see the eyes up close. But if you guys would have any other questions, or you want to send in DM me pictures of makeup looks that you want me to recreate in an easy way, let me know, because that's definitely something I can start to do for you guys. Just recreating things in an easy way that you see on Instagram or on Pinterest. I'd love to do that because I'm all about simplifying, zip lining it, making it go quicker, and still being cute. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and DM me some pictures and I can definitely do that. I love playing in makeup, and it's COVID, so I don't have many makeup clients, so I would love to just teach you guys how to get glam at home by yourself. So let me zoom in on these eyes. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at everything by Maja, and I'll see you guys in my next video.